Hello everyone, Beate here and welcome back to my channel. I really adore the things that I have, and I want to take really good care of it. Whether I've paid a higher amount, a lower amount, doesn't really matter. I want to take care of what I have, and I see it as an absolute privilege to have these things, and therefore I want to take really good care of them. And it took me a lot of time to pick them. I don't make decisions quickly, and therefore I want to keep them for as long as possible in my wardrobe. So if I take care of them correctly, I can have them for much longer, or even a lifetime for some of the items that I have. So in this video I'm going to show you how I clean, mend, alter a variety of different items that I have, and I might even take you with me to some of the shops if possible. I'm gonna now show you what I have and then take you along on the journey. I will have timestamps down below so you can skip forward to a specific item if you're here for only one item, and then at the end of each of those products I will show you the finished result and tell you whether I think it was worth going through that effort, or if I felt like I could have maybe gone without. So let's go and jump straight into the items I have. I have this beautiful Burberry clutch that comes with a strap, so you can actually wear it as a handbag or a crossbody as well. My husband bought this for me while on honeymoon in New York as I suppose a honeymoon gift, and I've had it now for 4 years and I absolutely love this bag. I wore it non-stop every single day for 3 years, and at the end of last year the strap broke again, so I took it in once to have it repaired, and I wasn't very happy with how they did it, but it was okay. I could still wear it, and then it broke on the other side as well. So when I moved to the United States, I decided that I am actually going to send it into Burberry, or actually I first tried to buy a new strap, but they didn't have these straps available anymore. So I spoke with one of the consultants and at Burberry, and they advised me that I can send the strap in for repairs. Another thing about this bag is it is actually a little bit dirty. You can see the cotton part of the bag definitely does have some markings on it, especially on the back. This is where the card holder is within the bag, so you can see it's quite filthy, and I definitely need to clean this. So it's the bag as well as the strap that needs some work. The Burberry handbag, I sent it in and I got I sent the strap in and I got it back. I'm not as impressed as I wanted to be. You'll see they just folded the leather and then stitched it back together. At least they did paint the sides of the leather so it's concealed again, but it doesn't look great. I'm not very happy. I really hope that they would actually split the two leather parts from one another and actually stick it in there and stitch it back in that way. I'm probably not using the correct wording, and yeah, I'm a little bit upset. I paid $70 for the service, and I had to pay it before I got it back, but at least I can still use the bag, which I'm very happy about. And like I mentioned, I love this bag. I also cleaned the cotton part of this bag myself. I used the same hand washing bar I used for my scarf, and you'll see it's, if I compare the two with one another, it's much better. I'm definitely still gonna wear this as a clutch. I noticed some wear and tear as well. Right there on the corner, it's starting to split open a little bit. Anyway, so I probably just wore this bag too many times, but I'm definitely gonna continue wearing it, and I'm happy I have the strap now and that it's fixed. This is part of just taking care of your things. I know not everything can always be perfect, and I have to remind myself of it, but now I can definitely continue wearing this. I'm definitely not replacing this with a lighter handbag yet. I'm gonna continue wearing it, so I'm very happy. Next up is a newer item, or a brand new item rather. It is a belt that I bought recently. I don't have any color belt similar to this one, and this is actually a men's belt. Not that there's really any difference between a men's and women's belt, at least that I know of. And I bought this because it seems like an extremely high quality belt. It's definitely more affordable than similar items in the women's department. That is definitely, I feel, a female tax that we pay, and we shouldn't have to pay it. So I bought a men's belt, and it comes in a standard size, standard length, but you can shorten it by actually opening up this clasp right here and then simply cutting the belt. So I need to measure exactly what length I wanted. I wanted similar or exactly the same as my one black belt that I wear mostly around my waist. And this needs to be done, and I don't have a strong enough scissor to cut this myself. You can do that, but I'll have to take it into a leather shop where they have a proper leather cutter. This is going to be a simple fix. I assume I've done similar things. The belt came back, and it's now the perfect length for my waist, and I haven't worn it yet. Only picked it up like 2 days ago, and I'm very excited to get a lot of wear out of this belt during the summer season. Yes, very happy. I do feel the service was probably a bit more expensive than what I expected it to be. I made friends with the I don't know what you call it, like the leather expert in my town, the previous place where I lived, and he usually cut my belts for me for free. It was just such an easy thing, like right there in front of me, he would just cut the belt shorter. And they charged me $30 to do this. It's still less expensive, like the overall cost of just buying a proper well-made belt and cutting it down in comparison to buying a more expensive belt, you know, in my size at a, you know, luxurious brand. I think I'm getting a very, very high quality belt. And I noticed that they don't do any of the work like there on the spot. They send it in to various experts and then receive it all back. I'm gonna do my homework, and I'm gonna go to the people directly. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna figure it out, and because I am gonna have a lot of work for them over the next couple of years. Very happy I did it, but I was definitely not happy with the price point, but happy I got my belt back. This is a beautiful silk and wool scarf that I've been wearing to death this winter. It's been one of my most used and favorite items. The colors is just so beautiful, and it really transforms any outfit, but let's not talk about that. I've made an entire video about it that I'll have linked up here. And I don't often clean my scarves. I don't really find it necessary, and I only clean it when I've spilled something on it, which hardly ever happens, and I can't even remember how this happened. I didn't notice while it was happening, and I'm not sure. Yes, you are able to see that there's a mark right there on the corner. I'm not sure exactly what it is, and if it's something like an oil stain, which it doesn't really feel like it is, I don't want it to spread even further into the fabric. And I also don't like leaving stains, especially because it's springtime now, and I do wear my scarves during summer evenings, and it's also included in that same video, like different ways to wear it. So I am going to make use of it, but maybe not as much as during the winter, and therefore it might go into semi-storage, and I don't want this stain to be left in the fabric. So this needs to go to a professional dry cleaner. It actually says so on the label. I often dry clean things at home by myself. I do that with all of my wool and cashmere cardigans, but because this is such a complex mix of colors and such a very special item, I am not going to dry clean this myself, and I am rather going to take it to a professional cleaner. I took in the scarf to the dry cleaners, picked it up in quite a bit of a rush, and then when I got home I realized it still has a stain. So I went back in and asked them, listen here, I mentioned there's a stain beforehand, why is it still there? And they said that they actually use a type of a gun where they shoot out steam mixed with some chemicals to clean the garment, or the scarf in this case. And because it obviously blows out with, I don't know, some amount of force, they didn't want to force the fabric too much because it doesn't have a stitched edge. It does have this fraying effect to it on the side. So they were afraid that the fabric might actually pull apart. And I get that completely. So I asked them, so what can I do? I really want to get rid of this stain. And they said they suggest me hand washing it very gently, only spot clean, so not the entire scarf but just that area. And that's exactly what I wanted to do in the first case, but because I was so afraid of doing it myself, I took it in. So I did spot clean it with my favorite hand washing soap, and I very ever so slightly gently brushed the stain, that area, with a type of a brush. And it's also very important to not brush in 90-degree angles, because then of course you're gonna almost force the fabric to pull apart. So I had to go in a 45-degree angle, and I must say the stain is now gone. Very happy with how it turned out. Must say I wish, I wanted to say I wish I just did it myself, but I'm happy I got some expertise on it, because this is a very special scarf and I would have been very upset with myself if I did anything to ruin the scarf. This is my one and only leather jacket, and I really love this to bits. I made such a good choice when I chose this, and I didn't really do lots of research. I bought it, I saw it in a shop and immediately fell in love with it, and it's one of my favorite pieces. Yeah, anyway, I've worn it a lot, and I recently noticed that there is a small little hole right over there, and I don't want that hole to become any bigger. So I want to have this repaired, and living in Texas now, it is actually, I feel, a really good place to have leather repaired, because Texans do like their leather goods. So hopefully that'll be an easy fix. I'm not sure if they'll have to remove a piece of the lining and open up the lining to get in there. I think they might have to do that. But let's see what they say, and hopefully it is an easy fix. So I don't want to get rid of this leather jacket. I hope to have it for the rest of my life. I got my leather jacket and it is perfect again, or at least very close to perfect. Right there, that was where the hole was, and they patched it up. I must say really very neatly. I'm happy the way it turned out. You really can't see it from the outside. As expected, they had to open up the lining and stitch it back together, so the lining definitely shows that some work's been done, but that doesn't bother me at all. If I remember correctly, fixing the leather jacket was around $45 to $50, and I can imagine it does take some expertise to fix it, so I'm very happy I did it. This is definitely a forever piece, and it's got a very fond memory behind it. When I was living in Amsterdam, my husband, or my boyfriend then, came to visit me, and for my birthday he bought me my very first Tiffany item, and it is this sterling silver with a small little diamond setting necklace. One of the only necklaces I wear. I'm not a very big necklace wearer at the moment. Hope might become one, I don't know. And I found that this just is too long for me. It just doesn't sit in the correct I want to say piece of my neck. I wanted to sit like right here. I don't know if this has got a name, but like this small little hole in the center bottom of my neck, and it was just sitting a little bit too low. And I took it into Tiffany's in the United States, and they actually said that they can shorten it, and it's already been shortened. So I'll insert pictures of what the length looked like before and after. I think if I remember correctly, they removed 1 inch, so half an inch of chain on each side to obviously still have its center. The clasp has 2 different holes, and I wear it on the shorter one of the 2, and I find that to be the perfect length for me at the moment. I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy that I went to them and asked them, and it was also a complimentary service that they offered, which is, I feel, fitting because they should give that service complimentary for such a high-end brand. Today I'm wearing the Tiffany necklace, and you can see it now sits in the perfect position. It moves around a wee bit during the day, but that doesn't bother me, and the small little diamond sits exactly where I wanted. I'm definitely getting much more wear out of the necklace. I feel very fortunate to have these 2 pairs of shoes. They're both from Chanel, so it's the ballet flats as well as the slingback block heels, and I've actually already had these ones altered. I'll show you what I did, but for this season I definitely want to try and protect their soles, and I've seen these types of, I want to call them stickers, I don't know what the correct name is, that you can have at the bottom of your shoe just to make sure you don't wear through the soles quickly. I want to have it professionally done. I'm gonna take them into a store that I've seen online, and hopefully they can protect the soles of both these pairs. I also want to show you that I've already had these ones altered. I bought them in my usual size, a size 40, and I knew from the get-go that these slingbacks might fall off my heel. I tried on a 41 but decided to stick with my 40, and as I walked, I can't remember if it was the left or the right foot, but one of them slipped off the entire time. So I actually took them into Chanel, and they fixed it for me by actually removing a bit of the elastic part of the shoe and sewed it back together. I must say, I hope that it would be slightly neater, but I mean, I'm being probably very difficult. It is way at the bottom of my foot. It's also on the inside and not on the outside, of course. So I don't think the stitching is probably visible from such a far way, and it definitely is not slipping down anymore. I'm very happy I took it in, and this service was complimentary. I got my Chanel shoes back, and I am very happy. They now have stickers at the bottom, and I must say they've done a really good job. It's done very neatly, and I must say I was actually, in retrospect, a little bit like feeling, Beate, you shouldn't have handed in both pairs. You should have seen if they can do a good job and then took the other pair. But anyway, I'm very happy that they did it, or I did it, and they did a very good job in my opinion. It looks great. It's very well done and very neat. The only thing I would have done differently is I would have taken them in right when I bought them, because they had to clean the soles of the shoes first. So if you're buying a pair of shoes that you want to prolong the wear of, and you want to get something similar done, instead of wearing them first, first take them in, let them apply the stickers, because I had to pay for the cleaning as well of the shoe first and then the application of the sticker. So that's the one thing I would have done differently. And I haven't worn them, so I don't know if it's gonna actually be slippery or not. I don't think so. It does, there's quite a bit of grip to it. It does feel more like rubber-like, and it looks more slippery than what it feels. Anyway, very happy I did it. Hope to wear these for many years. I've already had these for a year now. These are fairly new, so yes, hopefully I'll wear them for decades. I recently received these Chelsea boots as a gift, and I used them to go snowshoeing while in Colorado, and they were the only shoes that I had that was fitting for the activity. They are waterproof, but the unfortunate thing that happened is you'll see that the snowshoes left some markings on the shoe, and it just doesn't look right to me. It bothers me quite a bit. So I'm gonna try and actually remove these marks myself with a type of a leather cream. So let's see how that goes. So I've applied here and here, and as you can see, there is a bit of a color difference, but I don't care for it. So I am gonna continue with this product all over the shoe to ensure that it is an even color throughout. The Chelsea boots have been fixed. I must say they look quite good to me. They're probably not exactly the same shade of light brown they used to be. They might be a wee bit darker, but that really doesn't bother me. And the markings are almost completely gone. You can still see a slight marking on the sides. I've worn them out after I cleaned them, or after I got rid of the markings twice already in very dusty environments, so that might also affect the color that you are seeing right now. But very happy I did it. I really like that cream, the leather cream that I used. I will definitely continue using it on a variety of other leather products that I have. So this was a very affordable fix, and I highly recommend buying something similar to, you know, take care of your leather boots. I bought these shoes in 2016, so they are going on 6 years now, and I love them to bits. I don't know if you realize how difficult it is to find loafers with actually silver and not gold hardware. This is also a very refined looking loafer. It's not bulky at all. I bought them in Amsterdam at, I think the shop is called Manfield. I'm not sure, I can't remember. And I had them, their soles, the heel of the sole fixed, I think twice or maybe even 3 times now. You'll see it's got small little nails in them, the silver pieces over there. They are not looking great anymore in my opinion. They're still fine, but they are definitely losing shape around the heel. You'll see they definitely worn through at the bottom. The heel doesn't have the structure the way it used to. I am thinking of having these ones repaired once more, just because I haven't found a replacement for them, and I do like to wear them. Depending on what the cost is going to be, I'm going to decide whether I'll go through with it or not. Otherwise, I'll probably just keep on wearing them as is until I find a new pair. My beloved loafers, I decided not to fix them. The price of fixing them up was around $50, and I just felt that it was really... I've done it too many times now. I fixed them 3 times already. It was much cheaper where I fixed them previously. If they charged me less money, I definitely would have done it. But I am definitely, as already mentioned, in the market to buy a new pair of loafers, and they are just worn through too much for me to justify spending like another $50 on them. Even if I get new loafers, I will continue to have these in my closet, and I will wear these where I know I have to walk on a like harsh terrain the day, so they're not completely being replaced. So haven't done any work on them, gonna keep them as is, gonna keep the polish up, and try and get some more wear out of them. But yeah, didn't fix them, and still on the hunt for a new pair of loafers. I'm thinking of doing another edition of this, but a clothing specific edition of showing you how to alter clothing and what are some of the possibilities. If you're interested in something like that, please do let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you found this video helpful and that you can now repair, mend, fix, alter something of your own. And I'll see you next Sunday. Have a good one. Bye.